All right, man, what's going on? Happy Wednesday. We're back. The Bay Ragni Show is live for the first of a triple threat of episodes today. I'm here with this dude is the man. He's not a myth, and he's soon to be a fucking legend. The one and only Mr. Jordan Griffin of them Evils. And dude, you got the California sun behind you. He's drinking a nice cup of coffee to start the day, and he's ready to talk a whole lot of rock and roll.
There's no bourbon in it, though, I promise.
I freaking don't believe a word you're saying.
No Bailey's, no bourbon, not today.
Nah, you're full of shit. Come on.
That's
Come on. Is it too early for you?
It's too early. I got to do a few things today. I got to go to the gym. I got another band I'm kind of helping rehearse. And then I got to do some flight studying, and then I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Wait. What do you mean flight studying? Are you like becoming a pilot or something?
Yeah, I'm trying to be a private pilot.
Really?
Yeah, so it's one of my hobbies. I just go out and get in a plane with my instructor and fly over the ocean and do all these maneuvers and stalls, and yeah, it's just something fun I do.
Dude, I like isn't that I mean, I would be scared shitless. Like in one of them little planes going up and doing that stuff.
Yeah, we're in a Piper Warrior. It's like a 1970s plane. Everything's like really old in there. But yeah, I do all the maneuvers and the stalls, and it's a smaller plane. You go up there and you shut the motor off, and then you know, and
No.
yeah, it's pretty nutty. And you got to do like 45-degree turns when you like simulate engine failure and like engine fire. So you're pretty much sideways going nose down to the ocean. It's pretty cool.
Dude. Now do you like have like a dream or like an aspiration to like fly big planes, be like the Bruce Dickinson of them Evils, or
I never thought about it like that. It was just more something I did for fun. Maybe one day I'll get a wild hair up my ass and be like, I want to do this, on the side and fly the band around. But for right now, it's just small planes, so I can take my fiance to like Catalina Island. We can go have lunch and have a few margaritas and play some golf and ride in the golf carts. That's all I really want to do it for. Fly to
dude,
Vegas to see my friends, or Utah to see my family.
that's freaking wild, man. It's
Yeah.
funny. Like I'll do like some door dashing here and there, go make some freaking money. And I'm here in Nashville. There's a little tiny airport that I deliver to now a lot. And last week I drop off Panera there, and the little pilot area where they wait. The girl at the desk, she was like, "Oh, they're up in the air right now. They'll be back in an hour. Just leave it here. They'll get it when they land." I'm like, "What?" Like they're
Yeah.
ordering Panera from the sky.
Oh
Like,
yeah, you
stop.
could totally do that. That's so cool.
It's freaking crazy, man. It's a crazy world. What's going on?
It's the damn cell phones, man. Like, look at us right now. You're half a country away when we're talking to each other and hanging out and drinking coffee.
Yeah, right. It's crazy. It really is, man. And the crazy thing is, so I was going back through my archives. We actually did an interview 4 years ago, and that was before all this Zoom and StreamYard stuff. So we couldn't even see each other
Oh wow, yeah, makes sense.
then. So now, you're involved in like doing all this stuff, but the main thing is the band Them Evils, and a big thing we talked about before when we talked years ago. Shannon Guns from SiriusXM was your manager. She's still managing you guys, still behind the scenes, or
Right now she's behind the scenes, but she's like more. It's like more self-managed. She's loosely working with us. She has a show right now with DWP. It's a Twitch thing that's taking up a lot of her time. And then after COVID, we just kind of reined everything in and kind of did a lot of stuff on our own. So,
right?
she still helps out when we need her help, but it's mostly we're self-managed right now. But yeah, she's always in our corner. She's awesome. She's a hardworking girl, and I'll never talk bad about her. So
I was gonna say, I was even impressed last time when we talked, like that she was actually managing you guys. I figured she was already so busy with everything she was involved in, so I was like kind of shocked. Um, but you brought up the pandemic, and that really freaking changed everything. Like, what did that do for you guys being, this independent band that was really, before the pandemic, a band that was on the rise and everything, and then everything
yeah,
comes to a halt. So what did that do for you guys?
I mean, honestly, it was the worst timing for something like that to come for our band. We were right there We had a record label. We were touring constantly. We just made a record.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we just had everything going for us. We were going to go on tour with the Pretty Reckless.
Nice.
We had songs on the radio, and then this happened, and then 2 years later, 2.5 years later, maybe even three, it feels like we're starting over again. So we're just trying to
Ooh.
get the ball rolling. Releasing songs, doing interviews, and we've got on the radio with a lot of help from Ed. We even hit 95.5 here in Los Angeles. Um, but yeah, it's just it's a work in progress. We just need to get back out on the road and back out on tour because that's what kind of band we are. We don't feel like a band unless we're
Right.
not touring because we've always been a touring band. We used to tour 6-7 months out of the year. Once we got home, we wrote a song, wrote two songs, rehearsed them, recorded them, talked about all the business stuff, found another
Right.
tour, went back out on the road, did it all over again. We've always been that kind of band, so we're trying to get back into it, slowly but surely.
It's crazy. It's so crazy, like what happened, and then you're seeing, it seems like things open up, and then they're shutting back down, and back. I'm originally from Philly, and I just saw the other day, like Philly announced, they're doing mask mandates again starting Monday. It's just like, like what the hell is going on? Like I don't know. It's just craziness.
Why is Philly doing that? Is
Dude, I don't know. I don't know. Like,
Oh God, here we go. I got to look into that because here in California, it's I mean, at least in Orange County, it's such a red county.
hmm
And they just got rid of the masks,
yeah,
like halfway through it, they just said we're not going to wear these. Um, I work in the service industry. I work at a bar, so I bartend on the side as well.
okay,
So our bar is kind of like in the heart of the red, county. So
right,
it was just like wear a mask, don't wear a mask. If you want to wear a mask, go ahead. If you
right.
don't want to wear a mask, you don't have to. But no one was like very stickler about it. Like you have to do it, which was cool.
Yeah, that's the way it should be. That's the
Hmm.
absolute way it should be.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's in Nashville. It's been like a year and a half now, and they were just like, nope, no more mandates. Just your own discretion. So
Good. Good. Everyone, people are going to start cutting their ears off so they don't have to wear the damn mask.
solve that problem.
I know.
Then they'll make you like staple it to the side.
Just get like skin tape.
Yeah, right. so,
That's great.
so yeah, it's funny too. So you guys are one of those bands that like when I see you guys and I see your videos, like I say to myself, I want to hang out with those guys and I want to have some cocktails and I want to go rock and roll with these guys. Like there's not many bands, but you guys are one of those bands. I'm just like they look like they're having a good freaking time.
Yeah, I mean, we try to not take ourselves too damn seriously. A lot of bands right now, they're just so straight and boring and by the book. It's like there's no danger in rock and roll anymore. I mean, you can't be Motley Crue. That's already
Yeah,
been done, and I don't think that shit would fly anymore. But you got to just like let loose and be able to have a good damn time. It's not all fucking seriousness. I know it is a job and it pays the bills for the bigger bands, but like chill the fuck out, dude. Just like have a drink, smoke a joint. We're just gonna go play rock and roll and do what we love on stage and have a good damn time. So do it.
exactly. Yeah, that's like the big thing, and I've been saying this now for a couple years now. I think that's the big problem with rock and roll is it's just not dangerous. Like you hear like a person like Gene Simmons, "Oh, rock is dead." It's not that it's dead. It's just not dangerous no more. There's more rock and roll than ever out there.
It's like so safe, and like people are afraid to talk about the real things in life because they're afraid they won't get on the radio because they said something about like sex or drugs. But you got like rappers out here talking about popping pills and like doing
Yeah,
Xanax, and the kids love it. And then you got the record labels being like, you can't talk about sex and drugs anymore. You won't sell any records. Like bullshit. Talk about sex and drugs, and everyone will buy your record. You fucking idiot.
exactly. All I'm going to say is when Cardi B is the most dangerous person in rock and roll, when she's singing about a WAP or WAP or whatever the hell she calls it, we have a problem going on.
I mean, I love that song. It's a burner in the bar. Whenever you put that song on, the fucking bar goes crazy. I don't mind it, and it's just raunchy as hell, and I like that.
Now, would you guys ever consider like doing a rocked up cover of that? That would be funny.
I knew you were going to ask that. You know what? I'd keep it in mind. I'd think about it. Certified freak, 7 days a week.
Oh, that would be funny. Now that's something you guys haven't gone down that road yet, doing a cover, like releasing a cover.
No, we noticed though when we were on our record label that a lot of bands were making it big via cover,
Hmm.
and we just kind of thought that was cheap. Like, I don't know. We do covers live, but I don't think we'd ever record one,
Hmm.
and I don't think we've ever found the right cover to record.
Right.
Um, but we just don't
Yeah,
want to do that.
I think we found it. But go ahead.
Yeah, I don't want. Yeah, WAP, right? I just never wanted to like be on the radio for playing someone else's song. I was just I was very stern about that.
Yeah, there's been quite a few bands, that have like it's to me it's kind of sad too, where like they come out and it's like their first single is that cover and they blow up, and then with their own music that you don't hear nothing from them no more.
Yeah, I mean, we all know a few bands like that. We don't need to say their names, but
Yeah,
yeah, I just think it's a cheap way. It's a cheap way to
yeah,
get on the. I mean, it's definitely something you pull out of your sleeve, as a worst case scenario, last case, like fucking, you know, just to save your ass. Sure,
right,
go ahead, throw a sick cover out there, and get big off that cover, and then the rest of your album sucks. But
right, right. Now that's one thing though too. Like as I was going through, like you guys haven't released an overabundance of music, couple EPs, some singles.
yeah, that's partly due to the fact that we had a record label and we wrote a record. Um, and the record got shelved, which sucked because it was a great record. And then COVID came out, and then we couldn't really record. But now we have a plethora of unreleased music. We have so
Wow.
many songs right now. Oh, I thought that was a B. Um, and we're currently working on figuring out when our next single is going to be released and what song and how we're going to do a
Hmm.
music video for it. So we have at least 10 singles ready to go. We just got to master a few of them and then
Oh
make a
shit.
music video and then release them.
So you guys did record an album for the label, and then it got shelved.
Yeah, we did. We were in Beltsville, Maryland with Matt Squire when we were on Better Noise Records or
Okay.
11-7 with Alan Kovac. Um, yeah, it was just kind of like right off the board. With the mixes that we got. The label came in and greenlighted everything, and they're like, "Yeah, we love the record." And then they were like, "All right, you guys don't have a single," so we were writing for singles after we made the record,
Okay.
and then all of our singles kind of sounded different than the record, and then we got dropped, and then we released our two best songs after
Wow.
they dropped us. So if they would have just waited another month, they would have had two kick-ass songs released. But that's fine because we organically did it and made all the money for ourselves. So I mean, I guess it worked out.
There you go. Now, do you guys have the rights to those songs?
We don't have the rights to the master, so we could record the songs and
Okay.
re-release them, but we just can't release the
Those
master.
versions.
Yeah, those versions.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
and
it's
there's
such a weird thing.
yeah, it's bizarre. I don't know how that legally works. I could have our lawyer explain it to me, but he pretty much just said you could re-record the songs if you love them. We kind of moved on from that though because it was just like it's just there was so much bad juju there,
Mm,
um, and we were like we wasted a year of our lives kind of like writing and recording this record and doing writing sessions, and then COVID hit, so
right.
it was just that process, and then COVID, and then that's what we're still trying to kind of recover from. But I
Wow.
mean, we're definitely gonna do it and recover. I think the songs that we're writing now are way better than the songs that we wrote for the record because we were drinking a lot, partying a lot. We had just come off tour We were home for maybe 2 weeks, and they flew us out to Maryland. Um, it all happened just really quick, and
Right.
I just didn't feel like we had time to process it and really think about what we wanted this record to be or sound like. It was just like we were just there like that, and we rewrote the record um, mostly while we were there.
Wow.
But I mean, I used some of the songs that I had, in my pocket, and just like riffs that I've, always wanted to use. A lot of good solos too. So there's a lot of great guitar work on there. Um, but hopefully one day we'll just reuse it.
So the new single and video Burner, which I mean, I don't think I ever heard a song with the perfect description for the title in my life. I mean, it truly is a freaking burner of a tune. So was that one of them songs that came afterwards? That one of those two songs that you guys had in the pocket, or
No, no. Actually, the way that song came about was I like to write with this guy. His name's Aaron Edwards.
okay,
He's a great top line guy. He's really good with vocal melodies, and I feel like he brings the best out of me when I'm writing.
okay,
And he just says like, "Oh, you could do it this way. You don't need to do it that way." Like, because I kind of get stuck in a box, as a
hmm
musician, doing the same shit. And we wrote it with him one day, and he goes, he wrote "Where You Gonna Crash Tonight" with us. He's like, "All right, you guys need another upbeat song because this one worked. So let's work around that." So he put on his computer, he put a little drum sample on, and it was just like like the intro to Burner, kind of like a slower Motorhead thing, like Overkill or something. And he's just like, "All right, make a riff." So I just go, "Okay." It was that riff was written in like 30 seconds, and then we wrote the song around that riff for the next like 2 hours. And then I think it took a few days while we were going over the vocal melodies, swapping some of those out and a few lyrics, and that was it. It was pretty organic.
that's wild, man.
Yeah.
Now, who's the video? People got to check it out because I think it shows that whole fun vibe of the band. Whose caddy are you cruising? Is that yours?
No, we rented that from a buddy of ours. He actually has his office by our old rehearsal space. Um, and then our videographer just called the guy and was like, "Hey, dude, can we rent this car for like $150?" So we rented it for $150 all day, drove it around Irvine Canyon, did some video. And a funny story, actually, our videographer was driving side by side with us.
Okay.
And this, and he got out to go to the bathroom, so I was stuck in the car, and I put it in park. He forgot to put the fucking truck next to us in park, so the wheel turned and it came and it hit the Cadillac. Those things are made of steel, so there was no dent, no chip,
Oh
and
my
we were just
god.
like, "No way is there no dent or chip. Like, this is the luckiest shit ever." Yeah, it
That's
was
crazy.
it was nutty. I was like, "Great, here we go. I gotta pay another fucking $5,000 to get this fucker fixed."
Oh man, too funny.
I know.
So tour wise, you guys just did some dates with the Cherry Bombs.
Yeah, we did Texas and New Mexico with them. That was awesome. It was kind of like a reintro back into touring. Um, it was badass. I wish it was longer. Those chicks were rad. They were fun. We all hung out. We got along. There was no drama. Um, and it was just really good to be back out on the road and play in front of people and seeing people wear your shirts. And
Right.
I think it was one of our first tours since then. It was actually our first 4 shows consecutively out of town, and we had so many people from out of state come, especially in Dallas. A lot of people from Oklahoma, Missouri, Kansas came. Um, Someone hand delivered me a guitar. Shout out to my buddy Brad.
Nice.
Um, and it was just cool. It was just like, fuck, people still care about us. Like, we're still on in people's CD players and on their MP3s and on their iPhones, and people are still listening. So
hmm
that was humbling, and it was really reassuring.
Was that the first shows you guys played since like the whole COVID thing?
No, it wasn't the first, but it was the first time we've actually gone out of state.
Wow.
Well, not out of state, but like consecutive shows, like a small tour, because we did a few festivals. We've flown out to Vegas or drove out to Vegas,
Right.
small shit like that, Florida, but consecutive shows, like finish the show, pack up, drive to the next one. That was our first one. Yeah.
Nice. So now, what's I saw there is some sporadic dates for the rest of the year. Any tours in the works, or?
We are working on that right now with our booking agent. So we have a date May 14th in Las Vegas, and then May 16th or May 17th and May 18th in Brooklyn, New York, with the Pretty Reckless again.
Nice.
We're working on a tour, and I know we have a sick ass show October 8th. I just can't say with who yet because it hasn't been announced, and I don't want to ruin anything. But it's pretty cool, and I'm really stoked about it.
Nice. Nice. That's good. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. You guys gotta get your asses back out there. That's
Yeah.
Get that grind going again.
Yeah, I think that's my biggest concern, finally actually getting out on the road and then going, out of the country, maybe to the UK or Europe, maybe even South America, do something different, because we need to get our name out there again. Even Japan, maybe. I know the borders are closed, but that would be a bitchin' place to tour. They just love rock and roll over there.
It's so crazy. I mean, to think. I mean, you guys did so much before COVID, and now. I mean, you keep saying it's like you guys are starting over. I would be so. That's got to be so frustrating.
It is. It's frustrating, but this is what we love to do, and we're not going to give up. It's not an ideal situation, but we've been doing it for so long. Why quit now?
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I look at it.
Cool. Well, dude, what's the next single? When's that one going to be coming out? Is that going to be the plan? Like, throw some singles out there, and then maybe eventually do another EP or full length, or just single it for the time being?
I think we're just going to keep the singles for the time being. We thought about doing a record. We have enough songs to do a record. We might just do singles, and then just do the complete your album button on the iTunes store, or Spotify, and
Right.
then do it like that. Release like 5 singles, and then like 5 altogether. But that's still in the works. We still got a while to figure all that out.
Yeah, it's like that's the thing too. Like, everybody's trying to decide, like, now what's the best route to go? Is that the way to do it? The singles, or?
Yeah, I mean, you don't see a lot of bands out there except for the really big ones releasing records. You don't want people to just buy the record, get tired of you,
Right.
in 2 weeks after your record comes out, and then forget about you for a year, and then be like, oh, they're coming out with another record, let's go get it, and then listen to that for 2 weeks, and then forget about you.
Right.
I feel like if you just release one every 8 weeks, every 2 months, then you constantly stay on their brains. You stay relevant.
Yeah.
And they always know who you are.
It's so crazy how everything has changed in the last few years. It's just so weird.
Yeah, I know. It's different. It's so different than it used to be.
It's crazy. So, and the last thing, as I was going through, I saw you talked about in another interview, my all-time favorite guitar player. So I wanted to see if he was yours as well, Mr. Randy Rhoads.
He's one of them. I've got a few favorite guitar players. I would say Jerry Cantrell, Randy Rhoads, Kurt Hammett, James Hetfield, Dave Mustaine. But yeah, Randy Rhoads he was too good for his time and for his age. He was only like 25, right? 24?
Yeah, 25 when he died, yeah.
He was 25 when he died, and that no one can play solos like that still. It's insane. He was a prodigy. He was just so good. I literally can't explain how good he was.
It's so crazy. Like, I'm at the point in my life now, like, I mean, I'm much older than you. I would assume I'm going to be 52 in 2 weeks. And, like, I'm to the point now, like, I was 12 when he died, and those songs just mean so much to me. If I sit and listen to Randy now, I literally just start crying. because
Oh,
I'm just like just now I'm like to the point where I'm just blown away. I'm like, he was a kid, and what he wrote then, 30 or 40 years ago, is just unbelievable.
yeah, insane. Like just all his solos, Mr. Crowley, and
Yeah,
everything. The way he moved his fingers up and down the neck board, and like all these crazy tricks he was doing. It's just like he was like the Randy Rhoads or the Eddie Van Halen of I would say heavy metal or
yeah,
our kind of music.
absolutely,
He was just right up there with Eddie Van Halen, I think.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Hey, now you mentioned somebody who I think never gets, I think, that respect as a guitar player, Jerry Cantrell. He's a
I agree.
freaking amazing.
I agree. He's not really a guitar shredder.
Yeah.
He's more like bend the notes and
Hmm.
let your guitar sing kind of player. Where
Yeah.
all the players that get credibility are the fast shreddy ones,
Hmm.
except for like David Gilmour. Um, but I think Jerry Cantrell has a very David Gilmour esque kind of playing style where it's not super fast and shreddy. He makes the guitar sing and he really chooses his notes precisely. And I don't know. I love Jerry Cantrell. I love everything
Yeah, I do
else.
too. Yeah.
They're my favorite band of all time.
Amazing band. That's
Yep.
cool. That's cool. I never, as you said it, it clicked in my head too. I was like, wow, I can see that now. He is like a David Gilmour style player.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's not shreddy. It's not fast. He's not wasting
Nah,
any. He's just singing with his guitar.
absolutely. Cool. Well, dude, this is good catching up. Let's not wait 4 years to do it again. And
Hopefully not, dude.
next
Hopefully we'll
time,
talk on our next single.
yeah, next single, let's talk. And next time, let's have some cocktails while we do it.
Sounds good to me, dude.
Absolutely. All right, where are we sending everybody? Where's
All
the
right,
best place
check
to
out
find you?
themevils.com. We have a whole bunch of new merch on there. We have signed CDs, signed albums, signed vinyl, drumsticks, signed cymbals. You can catch up all of our latest news on there. Check us out on Instagram at themevils, Twitter at themevils. And yeah, just really stay on top of the Instagram because that's where we post most of our news. That's our outlet. And then we also have this new kick-ass T-shirt. It's the Burner T-shirt came out with the single.
Oh,
Our
sweet.
buddy Tyler Bird just helped us design it. They pretty much sold out on tours, so we have the few left in stock on the website. So make sure you get one of those before we do a new design. But yeah, keep listening to rock and roll and fucking rock on. That's
There
so
you go.
dad. That's such a dad thing of me to say. Rock on. So
I should be saying that, not you.
I know.
Come on.
I'm gonna go kick my own ass.
There you go. All right, dude. Have a great one, man. And rock on, dude.
Yeah, dude. Sick. Thanks for having me, buddy.
All right, man. Take care.
See you, man.
Later.